There's something children seem to find immensely appealing about these dogs who help people in danger in the city, hence the incredible popularity of the Paw Patrol television series and the fact that it spawned 3 theatrical movies. I quite enjoyed the previous films, despite watching very little of the show, so I was definitely on board with this third film from the moment it was announced. As the title of Paw Patrol the Dino Movie implies, this throws dinosaurs into the mix, although this is not the first time the franchise has done this, as the 7th season also had them encountering dinosaurs. This movie appears to have retconned the events of that season, though. So what do I think of the latest big screen adventure with Chase, Marshall, Skye, and the other members of Paw Patrol? I found this to be another enjoyable movie, continuing to show the charms of these characters. I think if you've watched enough of the franchise at this point, you're already familiar with these dogs and their individual personalities. Although the film also introduces them well enough for those parents coming in and being introduced to the Paw Patrol through this entry. I like how each movie highlights a specific Paw Patrol member and the specific problem they're dealing with the first one focusing on Chase and the second film on Skye. For the Dino Movie, it's Marshall that goes through a major arc as he deals with being clumsy and develops a bit of an imposter syndrome. The movie does a good job of showing Marshall coping with this, and we even get a flashback scene that further fleshes him out. A few of the other members get their moments too, like Rubble and Skye. I also like how each film tries to differentiate each other with the stories they're telling. The first one has an emphasis on the city and the important role the Paw Patrol has in protecting it. Then the Mighty Movie turned them into superheroes, and now this one has a dinosaur island they end up landing on. Of course, part of this is because children love dinosaurs, and they've specifically catered this to young Paw Patrol fans who love those prehistoric animals, and I think they did an overall good job of meshing these two childhood obsessions together. Since the target demographic consists of young children, the dinosaurs here are cuddlier than what you might find in a Jurassic Park film, which I'm fine with. The dinosaurs are a great addition to the films, as is a dog they meet named Rex. Rex is shown using a wheelchair for his hind legs, although this is not depicted as something that affects his ability to help the Paw Patrol and the dinosaurs. He's immediately accepted by the patrol and shown to be valuable when working on this island. I think that's a great lesson for children who are paraplegic who might see themselves in Rex. Then there's Mayor Humdinger, who continues to do villainous things, and he's even joined by 2 lackeys this time around who have their own fun personalities. While the Paw Patrol series often seems to teach lessons about teamwork and working together, Humdinger is where the writers appear to insert quite a bit of political commentary. It's through him that the films show how politicians will often do things for their own gain, rather than necessarily to help the citizens they're meant to be working for. In the case of the Dino Movie, we get a pointed commentary on how his greed has major environmental ramifications, and this is maybe him at his most diabolical. Quite a number of scenes put the Paw Patrol in serious danger and peril, although not too intense to scare the younger children in the audience, but just enough to show the ordeal they need to get out of. They depict quite a few things going wrong and the serious consequences of that, but it's a lesson how even the bravest heroes can make mistakes, and it's all about finding a new solution and picking yourself back up again. I think that's what Paw Patrol is so good at. Through their rescue missions, the Pops are often looking for ways to solve any problems that arise, and when there's a setback, while they're sad for a while, they find the support to eventually save the day. The writers find that balance, understanding their target audience by keeping things appropriate for them while still coming up with a plot with stakes. And even though it's easy to picture the toys when seeing their vehicles get to work, they do serve a purpose beyond marketability, as they are integral to the dog's personalities and abilities. The Paw Patrol movies could have easily rested on cuteness, but the filmmakers, including director Kyle Brunker, understood that is not enough to sustain a feature runtime. I've enjoyed catching up with these pups every few years, and I really like there's this film series for very young children that respects their intelligence while giving them plenty of things to marvel at. And the Dino Movie becomes another delightful ride.